Let's put the voice volume a little down. There. There. I like this music. Right there. What? Hey, the voices? Ugh. My dyslexia is gonna kill me. Okay. Whoever said that life flashes before your eyes when you die should be shot. Then maybe he'd see what it's really like. When you die, there's only two things. The first is a sudden and terrifying realization that you are dying, and the second is the final wish. As a person dies, there is always one last thing they wish they could do before they pass on. Sometimes it's as simple as wanting to say goodbye to a loved one, but usually it's a wish full of pain and regret. It's a wish for a life lived better, an angry word taken back, and a promise kept, a wish that will never be granted. Yeah, death sucks. I can agree with that. Every single time. Hold up, what? Hold up, what? But I've experienced I've experienced so many. I'm kind of numb to the whole thing now. That's not to say I'm comfortable with it. I'm just used to it. Oh, I'm pulled into this. Okay. I can't. I don't. Sake visuals. I'm pretty sure that's what it says. Jisei. Okay, $2. Let's see how good this game is. Okay. I see blood. It's a dead body. Chance Johnson. Jennifer Bergenstrom. I'm not saying this. We're skipping all that. I can figure out their names later. ... Where am I? I don't like mute voices. I blinked, trying to get my bearings. This place looks familiar. Then again, it's been 3 years since anything has looked familiar to me. I yawned as my mind slowly cleared. The room I'm filled in is filled with the scent of freshly ground coffee. I hear something, a machine steam. Right, I'm in a coffee shop. In some city called Edgewater. It's my second day in this city. Judging from the empty cup on the table in front of me, I stopped here for a coffee because I was getting sleepy. And then I fell asleep. Typical. I guess even a triple shot mocha latte is not enough to keep me up these days. I wonder if I should get another one. Why not? head over to the I head over to the counter. No one else is in line since it's still afternoon. It's still afternoon. I feel like that's bad grammar. Anyways, the girl at the counter grins as soon as she sees me.
Did you have a nice nap?
I don't know. You saw me?
Don't worry, you weren't snoring or anything. But I'd wipe that drool off your face if I were you.
Shut your mouth. What?
I'm kidding. You're fine.
She's cute. That laugh. I hate my life.
So, what can I get for ya?
Can I get 3 shots of espresso and 17 other things? I don't go to coffee shops. This is jokes I make. Okay.
Whoa, are you okay?
Yeah.
You look like you want to hurl.
I do. Why am I feeling this now? There shouldn't be any reason.
Hey, if you're not feeling well, the bathrooms are down that hallway.
Yeah, thanks. I grabbed the counter for support and stumbled in the direction she was pointing. My head is hurting even more now. If I'm feeling this sick, it can only mean one thing. Someone has died. Wait. Huh? How do you know this? As I walk down the hallway, I see the door to the woman's bathroom wide open. It's a dead body! You're kidding. I wish this were a joke, but the incessant throbbing in my head tells me otherwise. Lying on the tile floor of the woman's bathroom is a corpse of a woman. The music went silent. I enter the restroom gagging at the smell of restroom's flowery perfume and disinfectant. It appears she was killed by a knife. A knife sticking out of her chest doesn't make me terribly optimistic about what I'm about to do next. I hope she died quickly, otherwise this is going to wind up being very unpleasant. I glanced around quickly to make sure no one is looking before I reached forward and touched her arm. I braced myself for a sudden pain in my chest, but it never comes. I glanced around quickly to make sure no one is looking before I reached forward and touched her arm. I braced myself, but it never comes. I can't breathe. I try to open my mouth, but it refuses to open. Sometimes something's on my face, but I want to wear it. I want to tear it away, but someone's holding me down. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I only wish that. As I open my eyes, I instantly grasp for air. I know I wasn't actually suffocating, but it's still a reflex. My brain always remembers the pain of every death I experience, even though none of them are mine. I'm suddenly aware of someone staring at me from the hallway.
What did you do?
Nothing! A woman standing behind me, staring in horror at a dead body lying on the floor. I didn't... Wait! I ain't murder her. I sighed in my head and hanged my head. I sighed and hanged my head. It isn't going to end well. Then again, it never does.
Hey, kid, move away from the body.
Yes, sir. The man briskly strides down the hallway towards me. In the brisk demeanor, his voice is voice demeanor are sharp, fluid, and commanding. Even with the uniform, he's awfully some sort of man of the law, considering that he's wearing, I'd guess, a police officer. I'm sorry, officer. I promise I didn't move anything. He looks surprised.
Officer?
Huh? You're not an officer? Oh, you're not? I'm sorry. My dad was a police officer and you kind of looked like him, and I mean, you carry yourself in the same way.
Your dad was an officer? Which precinct?
He sounded skeptical, but I can't blame him. I don't remember. It was a while back, but we still lived in Los Angeles. when we still lived in Los Angeles. He raised his knowing eyebrow as if he caught me in a lie, but he doesn't comment on it.
I see. Well,
Well,
why don't you come with me?
Sure. I followed the police officer to the back of the main area of the shop. The woman who first saw me standing on one table is looking shaken. The only other people in the shop are a girl who looks to work here and a guy who looks like he's in college. That's a guy. See, that guy's had long hair.
Excuse me, everyone. I'd like your attention for a moment. I'm Detective Mikolai Gursky.
The detective pauses. For a moment, it looked like he was trying to choose his words carefully.
Unfortunately, a dead body has just been discovered on this premises.
What? But how? I mean, who?
Unfortunately, I don't know anything about the situation yet. Because of
I'm
this,
suspicious
I'm
of
going to
the
have to ask you all
college
to
boy.
Stay here until the police come.
Until they come? You mean the police aren't here yet? What about you?
I'm technically not on duty right now. I just happen to be here.
I see.
Okay, okay.
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak with each of you separately for just a little bit. It'll help move the investigation along if I can start collecting information now. Is that okay?
Sure. Anything to help.
What? My game froze. Yeah.